Now, all right, I want to ask you about the Nuggets.
Yeah.
What happened? Like, I am shocked. This Shams tweet hit bro, it hit different. Yeah. I looked up. I didn't even believe this. So here's a tweet from Shams, the first one. The Denver Nuggets have fired head coach Mike Malone. What? Like, we're 5 minutes from the damn playoffs. And then you look up. They fired their GM too, Calvin Booth. What is going on here? So let's talk this out because all we can do is speculate.
Yeah.
They have not been playing well lately. They are down to, the last I looked, I think a 4 or 5 seed out west. I get there's expectations there always.
Yep.
I mean, what? Did Malone cuss someone out? Now, the GM, first of all, let me give you props here. Because you said in the offseason, if you remember, I had the Nuggets and the Celtics in my finals, which was my prediction last season. So I just rolled that into this season like a 401k. Yep. And just like a 401k, it went to Shaq. It went to hell in a handbasket because this team doesn't play any defense at all.
None.
And you said, to your credit, in the offseason, they are only losing players. They're not adding anyone of significance.
Yep.
So the GM being on the hot seat makes sense. But why not wait till the end of the season, A? And then B, Mike Malone?
Right.
Like, Mike Malone's one of the most respected, best coaches in this league. I imagine he's going to have a job in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But did something happen? Did he lose a locker room here? Like, the GM hot seat I get, I would still say wait till the end of the season. Mike Malone getting fired right now is absolutely shocking to me. Yeah. Shocking. And I have no answers.
Yeah, Mike Malone is definitely the most shocking piece of this. Calvin Booth, I sit there and I say, okay, we're getting close to the draft. Maybe they want to get their guy. They have a guy, right, that they've tasked.
I guess.
And they want to get their guy in and get ready for the draft because this is a team that does build through the draft. Yeah. We know that they probably shouldn't be one of those teams. They probably should be getting free agents, right? But they really haven't hit on any big-time free agents besides Russell Westbrook, which, he's at the tail end of his career. Still a great player, but at the tail end of his career. Yeah. It's one of those things, though, with Mike Malone, and you sit there and you say, okay, but you're not going to give this guy a chance? I mean, he was 2023 NBA champion. Right. And he doesn't get a chance sitting in the 4 seed, lining up with the Thunder, who's a young team who everybody has question marks about, especially after they just got boat raced by the Lakers. Yeah. So you're sitting there and looking and say, well, maybe this Thunder team is not as good as we thought they were. Maybe when we get them in the playoff situation, Shea's not getting all these foul calls. And I'm not saying that he's a free throw merchant because I've already dispelled that he's not a free throw merchant. Yeah. But maybe they don't get as comfortable offensively in the playoffs, and they can't rely on Shea as much in the playoffs, and maybe they're beatable. At least you would give him a chance, right?
Yeah,
he's got to be a Hall of Fame level coach.
Yeah, it's just strange. Like, you've been in the locker room.
Yeah.
You've been on, now it's collegiate, but still. I mean, what do you think something happened? Like, is there a scenario? Have you ever been on a team where the coach has lost you guys because of an incident?
Yeah.
He handled something wrong, maybe a beef between players.
Yep.
Or he said the wrong thing to the wrong guy at the wrong time. Or, like, what do you think happened? Because it just can't be underachieving. And again, the GM, we're kind of leaving out of this. We both understand that. Yep. Even though the timing's weird.
It is.
Malone, I'll be honest, bro. If I'm a Nuggets fan, I'm actually pissed off.
Yeah,
I'm pissed.
It's one of those things where they definitely had some splintering going on. I mean, there was a video, if you watched their last game, where Peyton Watson and Aaron Gordon are jawing back at each other for a while.
So there's infighting.
But that happens.
That's normal.
Though. That happens. They're NBA players. You know what I mean? From time to time, there's some times you bicker on the bench, blah, blah, whatever. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it with LeBron in Miami, where he had teammates that he fought with, and they went on to win championships. You know what what I'm saying? So it's not like it's a foreign thing to see NBA players on the bench yelling at each other, getting mad or getting hyped up. I wouldn't say like mad, you know what I mean? But definitely getting hyped up or trying to figure out like, hey, like how do we do this? How do we win together, right? And one guy has his opinion on how you win, and another guy has another opinion on how you win, and they disagree. And in that moment, the emotions are flying. It's hot. It's the heat of the battle, and you know you come to blows, and then you brush it off because it's like that with men. You know what I mean? That's what we do. We argue, we get mad, and the next thing you know, we're best friends eating dinner with each other's wives and having you know steaks together.
Right.
That's just how it goes. So this was kind of even if there was some infighting or whatever, I just don't think it was right that you do this to a coach who won a championship 2 seasons ago.
He was coach of the year
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I think something's up. And I also think, too, you know, look, and I'm just speculating here.
Yeah.
But if you're management and you're having these conversations, like, man, things got to change. Maybe you had some sort of stern, I don't want to say warning, but almost warning type conversation.
Yeah.
And maybe with a soft team, which is what they are, let's be honest.
They're soft. I've been telling you that, though, but yes,
you have. With a soft team, you the ownership group put Malone on notice.
Yep.
And he talks tough back to you.
Yep.
Maybe it's that. Because listen, again, I'm just speculating. But if I'm the owner and I'm already looking at my GM and my coach sideways, and we are underachieving as a team, as a product out on that floor every night that I own, and I'm not going to jump to conclusions and fire you right before the playoffs. But if I bring you into my office for a one-on-one convo, again, just speculating.
Just speculating.
And I say, hey, man, like, you know, we respect you. You have great history here.
All-time
winningest coach
for the Nuggets.
You have accolades. You have a championship. But right now, present day, I'm concerned with X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not telling you you're on the hot seat, but I'm giving vibes like you're in the principal's office here as I'm having this conversation. And you, instead of absorbing that and saying we're going to try to get it right and go on another championship run here, which is the thing you should say, because we've seen, let's be honest, Mike Malone has been spicy mouthed.
Oh, yeah. He was spicy mouthed all of 2024.
He talked trash to the Lakers. He talks trash in the media. He's spicy.
Yeah.
So if I'm laying this out and he barks back at me or gets back at me with a different kind of energy, then I may say, you know what, screw it. Don't let the door hit you, and you know the rest.
Yeah.
And take that crappy GM, I almost cuss right there. Take that piece of Shaq GM we got with you.
Yeah.
Maybe that happened, but I'm speculating because I'm at a loss.
It's one of those things, too, where I think people, you know, who make decisions look at certain statistics and they say, hey, there's no way we shouldn't be winning games with this guy doing what he's doing. And I bring that up to say, like, Jokic is on the MVP level run, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to win. SGA is going to walk away with it. But he's having a great year.
Again.
And then look at his stats. I have his stats in front of me in April. 45 points per game in April. 12 and a half rebounds. 10.7 assists. 2 steals, shooting 62% from the field and 45% from 3. And guess how many wins the Nuggets have?
That's ridiculous.
0.
That's ridiculous.
0. And I think when you look at that, right, they're saying, well, one of the best players in the world is playing at an all-time level moment right now. And you're supposed to be one of the greatest coaches in the league right now.
Yeah.
And you can't figure out how to win going into the playoffs? This is kind of disgusting. And I don't, you know, the opponents haven't even been like, it hasn't been the most craziest opponents.
Soft.
I mean, the four games that they lost coming into this episode is Timberwolves, who is a team who they feel like they should be better than.
They should be.
They should be. That's how they feel. Spurs, who they should definitely not be losing to with Jokic on the floor and no Wemby and no De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, they're playing for Cooper Flag.
Right.
And they still won.
The Warriors, who is another team they feel like they should be better than.
Yeah.
And the Pacers.
Right.
who clearly I don't respect, but one of those teams that they also once again feel like they should be better
with the
than.
exception of the Spurs, all playoff teams and all teams you should be wanting to beat to get yourself right before the playoffs.
But even before that, they lost to the Bulls, they lost to the Trailblazers.
Can't lose those.
You know what I mean? Like that's some of their last 10 games. They lost to those two teams as well. So it's like, what's going on?
It's interesting you brought up Jokic too, because I think any other player in this league, star, we would be having the conversation now, well, what's this mean for their future?
Right.
I don't think we're having that with Jokic because he doesn't – I'm not going to say he doesn't care, but I don't think he was consulted here.
Yeah, no.
I don't think Jokic cares enough for you to come in and tell me, hey, we're going to make some wholesale changes here. I think Jokic is just like, whoever coaches me. Whoever my teammate is.
Yeah.
And in the end, I don't think Denver's ever going to let that guy walk out of their lives. They will pay him whatever. I mean, and he won't demand anything as a franchise, I don't think, other than the moolah so he can buy more horses.
Right. They might even talk extension, you know what I mean?
Right.
This summer
they might throw some money at him
to
keep him chill.
Yeah, because he's got his player option in 27, 28. So he's still got a couple years of control.
But you might want to get that done now,
right?
Because clearly the future doesn't look very bright for them.
And you got to consult him on who the next coach is, right?
That's right.
Hey, who do you like? Do you like these? These are our options. Who do you like the most?
Well,
keep that guy happy.
The Nuggets aren't playing games.